What is good, everyone? I'm Eric Oakley.
I'm Raven Newsom.
We're here with Ace Run Pro's coverage of the Des Moines Challenge presented by Disc Golf. Discraft.
This is our 6th stop on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Beautiful, beautiful courses here. Our course here. Absolutely love the difference between the open and the wooded holes. It creates two different environments on how to attack.
Absolutely. And you have to be dialed the whole time. And I think that's the beauty of it, is there's no holes you can sleep on out here. Big thanks to Infinite Disc for sponsoring this coverage. Yeah. We have an awesome card with Tamm.
Look at him. He's
so good.
He's great.
Alan Wagner. Maybe people haven't heard of him, but you guys should. He's an absolute stellar player.
Gateway sponsored, super, super nice guy. Well worth talking to.
Bradley Williams, the veteran. He's been at it for a very long time. He's a quality golfer.
Texas boy.
Yeah. Jake Lauber, Iowa local. He's definitely feeling the hometown vibes.
Oh, yeah. He's got the hometown crowd.
As we see our players coming in 5, 4, 2, and 1 on that front nine. Definitely looking to pick up some strokes, get themselves farther under par, and climb up this leaderboard.
Hole 10, par 5, 844 feet. This is a hole that is entirely eagleable, but it requires 2 huge shots.
Huge.
Wander's drone is right in the spot you really want to be if you're looking to attack on your second. So you have to crush your tee shot. Other than that, you're looking at a chip hyzer, and then a chip forehand hyzer into the green. Very point and shoot kind of hole. I imagine it's playing as our easiest, but it is something that we really want to not get punished on.
This hole did play as our easiest hole on the course. Again, it doesn't take a lot of distance. You can go this high route, you can throw the low route, as long as you're kind of pushing past the tree that's
sick.
Our catch cam is chilling at. This is a bomb from Albert.
So I played a practice round with Albert, and the man eagled this hole.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. And it was impressive, and he made it look easy. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't throw half that.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've seen it done, didn't think it was doable, and now it's like, oh, most of the big arms have the ability. This would be super sick.
That's a good pull from Jake. He knows that's never going to be in those flowers.
Yeah.
Just smooth crush.
Yeah. Like where Wags is right now is great. You just look at throwing an overstable fairway around the tree. Just looks like what he's doing here. Move it left and have just a chip forehand into the green. That's such a good spot to be. You're far enough away not to get pinched off on these trees that are going to be on the right as you get closer.
And I genuinely think that this hole is designed well. It's an easier attackable par 5 in many different aspects, because when you do go out of bounds, you're probably still going to be able to clean up some strokes, but the moment you make the mistake this is where this hole really starts to bite. Is this pinch point right here can be really, really punishing.
And that's why you see Alan and Bradley not pushing their up shots as much. They are really trying to keep it short and make sure that third shot is really, really easy.
And keeping birdie in play, because the moment you go out of bounds, it's like there's no more birdies.
Oh, Albert
is attacking. This is a big high hyzer, crashing into the green.
The Estonian beast.
Oh
my gosh.
My gosh. Let's go, Albert.
He did that on purpose.
This is a big spike hyzer.
Yeah.
So, we had a rain delay.
Yes.
And this was a really gnarly storm. So these players are coming back. This is 9 a.m. the following day.
Yes. This is super. It's super important to know that this is the next day, and then we are going to be playing our 3rd round today, same day. So these guys are looking at 27 holes for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So if they were in a groove, they're gonna have to go back, reset, and then try and pick it up to finish.
And it's kind of funny because you've been sleeping on this stuff. I mean, I was having problems struggling going to bed when I was just thinking about how I was gonna finish out my round. And Albert's got this for his eagle look.
Oh, no.
Dang it, Albert.
I can't imagine the pressure of having to sleep
on an eagle putt
from C1. Yeah. No.
And in round 2, Ben Calloway got the eagle on this hole.
Eagle. And fun story, he bet Thomas Gilbert $100 he'd birdie it one of the times. Thomas lost $100.
Yes, he did. I wonder if he asked for it in Canadian dollars.
Oh, that would be really funny.
Ben wouldn't be getting the right deal on that, so
No.
definitely get that American dollars right now.
Yeah, Thomas was not stoked about it.
Yeah, this is again, this whole plays. It's got the danger. It being the easiest. There's some minor changes you could probably make to tighten it up to make it harder. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's totally serviceable as far as the hole goes. There are some things, especially on the green, instead of it going OB off to the right, it should be coming down to mitigate some of these big over-the-top shots.
Yeah.
But honestly, it drew some big numbers. There were some people that threw some bad shots in this hole. So all in all, pretty solid hole.
Got it! Wow! My God!
Triple champion, Katrina Allen! World champion, James
I don't want to talk about this hole.
I love this hole.
You talk about it.
Two plays.
Me and hole 11 don't get along.
You can, I know. You can lay up with overstable mid or fairway and the low gap through those trees and try and stick it short and then play it for 4. Or you can get aggressive and throw over the short tree that's by the Mando. You're looking to push about 400 feet and then another 350 into the green. It says 810, but it doesn't play all of that if you're playing the aggressive route. This is a tough shot to come into with not warming up.
Oh, yeah. These guys are off of a long rain delay. Coming back the next day, delay, and they have their shots on the last hole, but they're coming into this, and they're having to play it right away.
Wags got really lucky here. He was playing the low layup / aggressive shot. Albert's a little high, still going to filter through. They're both going to be in par position, though. Allen had to throw a gem of a shot to get up there for a look.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want the birdie, you have to go above this bushy tree that's to the right of the Mando.
A little bit of rain coming down, but this rain will leave us soon. It just was right as we started. We got a little bit of a little shower, and this is our hardest hole on the course. And I think it's because there's how few birdies you're going to see out here, and
averaging 4.6. Yeah,
and it's definitely not a par 5.
No,
definitely not, because you can throw into the stuff, pitch out, and still get a 5.
Yes.
And that doesn't require. That's not a par.
That's not a par.
That's a bogey.
I very much appreciate this hole. It is a challenging hole. You have to throw good throws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this bottleneck is what makes it the most challenging. Is it gets very small, very small in that gap, and just to be selfish and talk about myself, most of my shots were landing in this bottleneck, but they were always in the woods, and it made it really, really difficult, because if you're in the woods at all, your pitch out zone is smaller, and you're also having to throw again through that tight gap.
Yeah.
Allen playing aggressive. This is actually going to be pretty solid. Just needs to beat this line.
Yeah. So he again is playing for 4. He's not looking. He's not looking to push anything.
It's a really big shot from back there, but that's honestly, it's fine.
This is about the max distance of someone that'll go for it. You have no interest in going for it in any other. How did he just throw it behind?
I don't know.
Is it gonna work?
I hope so. Oh, it didn't.
No.
Make sure you guys check out Mothers Raising Sons. They're a 501c3 that is a nonprofit that supports Ace Run Pro, and they are looking to do a lot to grow the sport of disc golf.
I love it. I love it. Go and check them out, guys.
Bradley looking to get up and down here. Hopefully jumps and rolls a little bit.
Tough.
Not that kind of roll. I was hoping the other way.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Eric, keep it together.
I know. Bradley, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Poor Jake is going to be high up on the hill, but it looks like he's going to have a look from all that tall grass. That's not too bad. I didn't realize how much raw power he brought this early in the morning.
It's a little hot here. Slow down for him.
Albert trying to kill Conrad, but they made it out. He'll have a 25-footer for his par.
And this is, as we talked about in the front nine, these are some of these...
Wag's too low there. Yeah.
These are some of those putts where you're going to be obstructed. You got to just kind of dial in, trust your stroke to be good.
Yep.
You know, Bradley just eating his bogey, you know, it's not what you want to have for breakfast, but...
It is what it is.
It is.
So here's Jake from where he went, going real high.
I mean, he should be able to manage a nice par here.
This is still a slopey green. Oh, that worked out great.
Well played.
Yeah.
He putts with some softer plastic discs, so I feel like he trusts that his discs don't do a lot of weird things.
Oh,
that's his first real putt of the day.
Yeah, waking up. That's the first try. I feel you there.
Albert to clean up the par after hitting early. Let's see if he's got it. Dang.
Oh no.
Uphill, tough look. Jake getting our only par on the card. And again, this is, I mean, they're playing this hole pretty close to the average, and it's proving to be it. And I'm okay with holes like this.
I love holes like this.
If every hole was like this, I wouldn't like it. And I honestly,
like, it's probably a course I wouldn't come back to.
Yeah, exactly. But it being the only one, like, I can live with it, and I didn't play it well, so that comes into the factor of, like, I am super biased. I don't like the tee shot. I think it's ugly, but at the same time, I think the hole itself, like that challenge, is so beautiful, man.
So good.
It looks great, and it really challenges the players, as you've mentioned, to throw good, throw it good, and keep throwing it good.
Two good shots.
Yeah.
Hole 12, gap hole. Finally throwing some wood shots. I love it. Par 3, 260 feet. You're gonna have two plays here. You have to make the Mando. Between the two, and if you go out of bounds anywhere, you have to go to the drop zone no matter what. But you got two gaps you're going to be looking, or two shots: forehand flip up, something like a flippy fairway or a mid, or a backhand turnover shot, typically a mid or a putter, just trying to drift it into the green and miss those rocks.
And Jake Lauber actually, I think, came up, if I've heard correctly, he is the reason those rocks are there, and he hit those rocks, so it's kind of karma a little bit. But that's a circle's edge putt, kind of, you know. You're giving yourself an opportunity for birdie. Jump it.
Come on.
No, don't tell me you did it.
What an unfortunate result.
That is such a bummer.
Is that OB?
Yes. Oh, tough one, man. Gosh. It's still a great shot from Alan. Hopefully he can take that in as he did his part. It's a bad break. Move on, get your bogey, and just
has to reset.
Yep. It's gonna be a long day.
Oh, wow.
Fight.
It's gonna be safe, just really scrambly.
Here's that backhand flip up.
Probably a rock.
Just
Definitely a rock. Go in.
Why'd you do that, Tree?
Just a little too much turn from Brad there. It's really important that if you're going to miss, you miss on the left side, so you're still having birdie looks. Oh, Albert.
Come on, Albert.
Because if you're missing on the right side, you're drifting off towards the downslope in that creek, and it gets really, really sketchy in there.
Yeah, it does.
And we cannot emphasize enough how hard it is to restart your day at 9 a.m. halfway through a round and know that you have another round to play later on.
Huh.
Wait a minute.
I think Alan was supposed to go to the drop zone, and they might have played it wrong.
Yeah.
That's not what you want to hear. Let's
what
go,
a
Jake.
Putt from Jake.
We'll let the tournament directors in the card figure that stuff out. We don't need anybody.
It is what it is at this point.
Yeah, but a great putt from Jake. That's awesome.
I think those rock chipped his disc.
It's definitely doable, man.
He had it coming for putting them all over there.
I'll be honest. That is one of my. I don't know. It's like I get hurt on the inside when one of my discs gets chunked.
Yeah.
Or scuffed, and you're just like,
I didn't mean it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Like I hurt you.
I want to keep throwing you, but now you might be different.
Yeah.
And now I might not like you as much.
Man, I have definitely like whacked some of my discs on purpose to get them the way I want them.
Oh, dude, you have to.
Yeah.
A seasoned in disc is just a thing of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Again, shout out to Infinite for helping make this coverage happen. We are on to hole 13. Routine outside of this little bunker bush you're going to see up here on the left with the flags. That is the only real danger unless you pull it inside.
Yeah.
But
the key is super overstable on this hole.
Yes.
You have to hit this inside gap, not the outside on the left, but the inside on the right, and push it, and you have to miss the gnarly stuff that's over there on that right side. It gets thick.
What I was thinking on this hole is throw it straight with overstable. Like, don't think about letting the disc go to the right. The disc will get there.
The disc will get there.
And if you do your part, the disc do it for you.
Probably stiletto that he's been throwing.
Might be a triple X actually.
Okay.
Actually, he really likes stilettos, triple X's, enforcers. He likes the overstable stuff.
Nice. I'm a big fan of that. That was a great shot from him. He did something where he aired it a little higher than you're typically gonna see.
This is what we want to miss. Albert, that's a good
Safe. Break. 45-footer could be significantly worse.
Mm-hmm. You could be in there and OB.
In the bush and out of the bounds.
Yeah. Out of the bounds. Out of the bees. That's what I like to say. What a shot.
That's so pretty.
I think that, yeah, dude.
Holy cow. Oh my lord.
Here we are. This is a play for sure. I heard of grenades. I heard of a lot of stuff.
Wow. Yeah, I was playing with Gavin, and he threw a grenade on it. It was wild.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Big shout out to the Des Moines Challenge, or Des Moines Metro Disc Golf Club. We cannot emphasize enough how much work they've done to help make this. Wow.
Look at that drop.
Mm-hmm. These chips, man, coming out early morning and dusting the bridges, making it to where people can walk. Like that's something.
It's next level from the club and the tournament staff. They just really took this as an opportunity to show what Iowa disc golf and Des Moines disc golf is all about. And what a
significantly more spin. I'm telling you, he dialed it back. That was such a clean putt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was thinking about it more because of the wind that was going on.
Absolutely.
When you got a lot of wind, you want to give it more spin. For those of you who don't really know too much, but it's important to make sure you have more spin and wind so the flight's going to hold truer. And I feel like that putt with wind and him hitting it so smooth is going to redial his putt for the rest of the round.
Absolutely. Maybe the reset is kind of what Bradley needed to get things flowing again.
Agreed.
Couple birdies, couple pars.
Good
kind of
cleanup.
routine on hole 13 out here.
Alan needed to clean up like a nice 15-footer after his last couple of holes.
Mm-hmm. Wish I could throw over trees like that.
Oh my gosh, he throws it so far.
Hole 14, great par 4. Creek is really your only danger outside of the woods.
Yeah.
You'll see mainly players throwing these forehand hyzers landing about where the drone is now.
Yeah.
But you will probably see some backhands on this card, I think, that are nice, easy mid-range, maybe slower fairway flip-ups that just kind of hold
You need
straight.
something that pushes straight and
Very straight.
finishes straight.
Yeah.
Being on the right side of this fairway is way more accessible into the green.
Absolutely.
So ideally, you're looking at a forehand hyzer, but These guys are backhand specialists, and I am very excited to see what they can do with these.
That is enough distance, honestly.
That's
birdie is in play there.
Birdie is in play. It's tricky. The further down you can get, the larger of a gap you're going to have as far as height for the ceiling. You need to get further down so you can have a better height.
And that one's going to force Bradley probably into some sort of flex shot with a forehand. It's very difficult to throw a backhand from there, but definitely manageable.
Albert was a great shot here. I love this a lot.
Needs to check.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah. That is going to be prime time position. Oh, he had 3 backhands.
Yeah. I was surprised by Jake throwing the backhand, but
Me too.
he's a local guy.
What
He's probably played out here a
shot
bunch
from Wags.
and seen maybe the sidearm just doesn't feel for him. And that's the kind of the cooler part is seeing players use all of their game.
He's in play here. This approach is tough with the mid because it's so hard to control that height.
And you have to challenge it.
You have to challenge the ceiling. That worked out really well, but it can totally get bad fast.
Absolutely. There's some the creek kind of extends to the right side into that darkness you see. So you really want to be making sure that the disc is penetrating forward. Push for him. Come on now.
One thing I really like about what Albert did here was he clubbed up, and so typically that's a range that we'd go to a mid or a putter for, but he clubbed up to a faster speed so he'd make sure he'd get ground action. So he aimed lower on the hill to make sure that when he hit it, he would counter forward.
And that's going to slow the speed down. So even if the disc would be flying farther, that ground takes it all out of it.
Yes.
And Bradley proving me wrong. He is going to throw a backhand from there, and let's go!
And closest to the basket. Just kidding. That was sick.
That was really good. I mean, I know he might have pulled his line, but he threw the right speed, the right angle. He is
so many good factors there that the one miss didn't punish him.
That's all you can control at that point.
And bang. No.
Such
Such a smooth stroke, though. It was so smooth.
And this hole coming in just a little bit under par, just 3.81.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair. And we're coming into, and the next hole is another one of those par 4s that is probably playing pretty difficult as well, that you're going to see people, even in good positions, still not getting the birdie because it requires 2 incredible shots.
Yeah.
Bradley cleaned up a great birdie. His putt, as you've mentioned, you dissected it from the get-go. That it's on right now.
He's redialed it. I love watching Brad putt, so it's so cool seeing it when he's feeling really good about it.
Yeah.
Hole 15, par 4. You're looking at throwing a backhand off the tee. I'm looking at throwing something that's really, really overstable. Just trying to get around this bushy tree we have right here in the middle, somewhere where the wander drone is at now, and then pushing for about a 340-foot approach. If you push it far enough to the right, you can get a forehand approach, but you're typically going to see backhand hyzers or mids controlled trying to stick it on this green.
There's quite a bit of OB on this one. It's all on that right side and curls right around the backside of the basket. So you have to be dialed. You can't just be wild. You got to be making sure you understand exactly where your disc is going to be from start to finish.
You cannot throw a super straight disc on this hole on this first tee shot because pushing straight like that. Oh, it moved back left, but that's testing the OB. Like that was so close.
It's still a really good shot.
It turns out really good. Yeah. Ooh, a little right from Jake.
It's an overstable enough disc.
He caught the tree on the right side, but
if he wants to be aggressive, he can be.
Yeah,
but
he's not out of play just yet.
Probably better to be playing smart there, but we'll see.
Yeah,
depends on how you're feeling.
Yeah, is he feeling froggy? I would be lighting this up. He is a beast. Oh my gosh, it's a driver.
He's going for it. I love it.
Local
this is a good shot.
Going.
It's gonna be a little left.
Just kidding. Just stop going. That's so good.
That's really good from back there. He can't see the basket, I'm pretty sure, from where he was.
He couldn't see the flags for the next hole.
Oh, flip up. Just slide nicely.
That's got to settle down. Be a mid-range.
I mean, there's stuff in there.
Yeah.
It's not going to be fun, but, I mean...
It'll be sketchy.
He's made a putt similar in his career, but you still don't want those.
Oh, so this is something I was noticing in practice personally, is a lot of my approaches were leaking left, and I was on the side hill, and so you're having to force your upper body to contort a little bit more when you're on the side hill and force yourself to the right side. But Albert's at flat ground here, so he doesn't have to worry about it as much. But on that downslope on the left side, it's really easy to do too much.
It's something that I have noticed on this course in general is that you almost never have flat footing.
Yep.
Most of it is somewhat of a side slope or just or just the tiny bit uphill, and it's those things that help make it more challenging. Is that your footing is never just easy.
No, it's not.
And I think if you can make that happen at your course, make it happen, because if people can land in perfect landing zones, it's just the game can get really easy.
Yeah, I love seeing people being challenged all the time during their shots. I think there are so many factors that can be controlled, and this is one that creates a variance even from good shots. So it's fun to have. Well, it's just a little high there from C2. He got way in the woods.
Albert looking for every option here. Oh, he's got a pretty open look. Let's go.
We got tricked.
He knows. He knows. Coming back from the break, I feel like Albert is just not as dialed in on the green as he wants to be.
Yep.
And it's easy to have happen as we saw Bradley's putt kind of make a U-turn and get back into his lane, and Albert is not feeling it. But Albert will have some time after this round to go dial in for round 3, so it's just so unique.
Yeah.
So unique.
What an interesting situation we found ourselves in.
Yeah.
Because they are finishing up right now at like
11,
45.
Yeah.
And then they're looking at teeing off again at like at the 4 o'clock time. Yeah. It's wild.
Big thanks to Infinite Disc again. We're just going to keep shouting them out every chance we get for helping make this coverage happen.
Yeah.
Hole 16, really tricky hole.
Tricky hole.
I've seen a lot of good shots just get red flags, but it's just because of how tight the screen is, and it's fast.
And it's huge right now. Is we just came back in the morning, and everything is cold and slick, and so approaching on this mulch downhill is tough. You are going to get flares that you are not ready for. So I saw a lot of shots today get dangerous.
Absolutely. This looks pretty nice. It's a good speed. It could be a little hot.
Watch how fast it flares. Nice. So he had a great putter shot there, probably an AVR X3 or something along those lines, and really was able to move it back left with spin, which helped him a lot.
Albert pulled this one. Just kick it. Just sit him down. Stop flying.
Yeah, you really don't want to be on that right side. That's where things get rough.
Mm-hmm. I would imagine this is a harp from Jake, and that's just a little inside. Like, lay it up, move on.
Yeah.
Be ready for 17. If it's inside of that.
Yeah. You have to be left of that tree if you want to throw a good shot.
And I feel like depending on the disc that you're throwing, you kind of want to challenge that tree.
The throw that Alan just did there is incredibly difficult. That was so cool to watch. Just that nice flick of the wrist, controlled the whole way, never had a chance of messing that up. That was really smooth.
That's from playing catch. That's from just like hanging out with your friends and like you tried something and spun it and you learned how to control a disc a lot more.
Yeah.
Good par from Jake.
Yeah, we'll be seeing Albert clean up for his bogey here. Not bad, not bad.
Not bad at all. It happens. This is probably one of the more treacherous holes. If this hole came in even par.
Yeah, I believe it.
I mean, yeah, it's just because the bogeys happen. There's not many birdies.
There's not going to be many doubles.
Tons of pars.
Tons of pars. A lot of pars. Oh, there's Thomas. He lost $100.
It wouldn't be a disc golf video without Thomas Gilbert, so did it.
But yeah, so this hole has a lot of treacherousness to it, but it's something else.
Absolutely. On to 17. Shortest hole on the course, but man, the thick woods on the right, tough gap to hip. But if you come around this first tree, these trees on the left, there's more gaps over here. I saw a lot of shots that were like hyzering out or flex forehands that happened to be pulled over that still found their way to the chips.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all you're hoping for is get clean, give yourself a look, and be ready to jam sesh. You know, it's a hole that can really kind of get you going and get you ready for hole 18.
Nice. Yeah.
Or you just butter it perfectly because the gap is so big for Bradley.
Yeah, you really want to hit that initial gap. That's the biggest game plan on here because it's already halfway up the fairway. So really you just got to get it through there and let your disc do the rest of the work for you.
That's going to be a look.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Is leaking through the left side is kind of doable.
Oh.
Get Heiser back in?
No. That's such an unfortunate. That says it all.
That's the face. Yeah. That's the face of you just hit a tree and you do not want to see where your disc ended up. I think this is a trust from Albert. Just flex a little bit.
What a nice kiss.
He's living right.
Paying him back.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. He got punished a little bit. He's earned that one.
Yeah. Having to sleep on an eagle putt. We can't emphasize that enough.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. He's still going.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's just thinking, how can I have any semblance of a putt?
Oh my
and that's a
gosh.
Putt. Well done, Alan.
That's incredible. He's a scramble guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was early. He might have made some eggs.
Jake from about 45.
Oh, that looked good the whole way.
That looked great.
Those are the ones that you thought you gave it enough.
Yeah.
Because it's on the band the whole way, but it's just that uphill that climbs. What a par save.
What a par save.
Wow.
And
great stuff.
Quick look back at Jake real quick. I love his smile and attitude after missing that. He loved it out of his hand, but he was super genuine about missing it. I like the smile.
That's good. And 17 actually came in, just under par, which is kind of cool to see that players were, shredding on it a little bit. I mean, 2.9 is shredding, but it's still good to see people picking it up and, finishing their rounds in the right way. Big thanks to the Disc Golf Pro Tour and everybody involved with that for helping make this just event happen after Sula was canceled. So it's super cool to see. Yeah. And we're finishing on a monster.
This hole's mean. All right, hole 18, par 5. You're looking at throwing 3 crushes. Hopefully get to the basket on your third one. You're looking at backhand smoked, some sort of upshot, and then hopefully make your putt.
Absolutely.
And avoid all the OB on the left.
And the trees on the right. The wood line on the right is not great.
I'm aware.
I am too. Yeah. And I feel like this first shot is kind of pure distance. Rip it as far as you can. and give yourself, just try and hope that you have some kind of an option. And Bradley catches something a little bit early. It might be par into play, but I know Bradley's capable of still being good enough from there.
Yeah, the key on this hole is getting your second shot past the bushy tree that's way out there. And so whatever you can do in 2 shots to get around it, to have a birdie op, that is what you have to do.
Oh, Jake unloaded on that, just a little too hot. Man, it's interesting from over there, but it's not, you're not dead.
No, it's not bad at all. And really, it's not like, to get to that bush, it's like 600 feet off the tee. So it's important just making sure you get to a landing zone and then try and find somewhere that you can have a gap to throw your next one past it.
For sure.
Distance is rewarded, but it's not super necessary if you're only trying to play past the bush.
I think if you end up short of the bush or like in those places, there are spots where you'll be short of it and thinking you should be running the green.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you're going to see some players maybe have a chance of taking some bigger numbers, get past it.
That could be good.
Yeah. Don't forget to check out Black Ink Discs. Their artwork is super, super cool, and it's one of a kind. They support some of the top players like Ricky Wysocki and Katrina Allen. They're filling that inventory
every single week, man.
Every week, dude.
Every week. It's awesome. Great shot from Albert there, just around the bushes. He's gonna have a pretty serviceable shot.
Jake being able to go forehand here. Oh man, if that was clean, I know that was going past the bush.
Holy cow,
dude! He sends it, and I would have loved to see that, work itself out without the push.
Parked on 5.
He would have been parked on 5.
Oh,
yeah, he would. What a shot here!
Excellent disc choice from Brad here. Yes. So this showcases it. You have to throw your flippiest disc if you're throwing over this on Annie. If you're going over it, the line comes so far over to the right. Like, this is a good looking shot from Allen. Yeah.
Be good.
But
be good. Close. He's earned it.
See, yeah. So important to make sure that if you mess up in the woods to the right of the basket and not on the OB where it can get big numbers quick.
I feel like Jake's going to be playing aggressive here.
Oh, boy.
Stay out of it.
He didn't even get it up the flat and just threw it like 400.
Pure hyzer.
Yeah.
And this is a distance where
this is about 360 to the pin.
But it's full send with that uphill, and you got to challenge the OB the whole time.
Yeah. This is one that'll make you pucker a little bit.
Stay up.
Get up.
Stay up.
Get up.
Stay up.
Get up.
Oh my God. Yes, Albert. Let's go, dude.
So I was gonna say a key on this shot's height, but I mean he showed it works pretty low too.
It works. It's fine. Yeah, it's probably fine.
Yeah. Oh, go in.
He's doing it. Good bid. I like to use the back tree as the reference for the forehand approach, because usually when you throw those shots, you're probably not gonna. You're actually gonna make it to that tree. You're probably gonna come just shy of it, and it's just a good gauge of try and send it to the tree and. Trust yourself to be less strong.
Yeah. Go.
Par is good to finish.
Par is good to finish.
Albert to cap. Round 2. The birdie. Yeah, dude. Yes. I think he's going to put some time in on the green going into round 3 for sure. Use that part of that lunch break.
Yeah, whatever we have.
Yeah.
There we go.
One birdie, 3 pars, solid for hole 18. It is not an easy hole, and we love to see our players kind of get after it, play solid rounds. Everything's gonna get shaken up. We're gonna have a new set of 4 players. Maybe we'll see some of these guys back, but
I think we'll have Albert back.
Yeah, Albert's so good, man.
Albert's
I love
so good. He's an animal.
All these guys are doing great. Yeah, our card's going to be Albert Tamm, Austin Haynham, Calvin Heimberg, and Chris Clemens.
Nice.
It's a wonderful card. You can see a lot of different shots. Just, it's awesome. So make sure you guys are ready. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys are checking out Ace Run Pro, the Disc Golf Pro Tour, all these guys. They have sponsors. Support them. Help make disc golf even bigger. And where can they find you?
On Instagram.
Yeah? Raven Newsom?
Yeah, at Raven Newsom. Yeah, and then go and check out MVP. They're doing amazing things. This is an incredible year.
Heck yeah, man. Check the Patreon. Thanks, guys.